after a year and a half now, you go back, would you do anything differently, and do you regret it?
Dean Laux here, everybody. Nice to see you again. Andrew, thanks for having us sponsor today's video. My newest series of paintings is called Turtle Mode. You hear about them being endangered and they're protected, and when you fall in love with something and you know it's made for you, and then you really want to push the limits and make it better and better, that's where I'm at. I'm slowing down and just focusing on something that means a lot to me right now. If you'd like to buy a painting, contact 574-522-8838, and the shop will get you in touch with me, and I'd love to talk to you personally about it. Hey Andrew, good to see you. Come on in and see what's going on.
All right. I found the coolest full-time RV couple on the road. Everybody meet Dean and Nancy.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
How long have you been RVing before you decided to sell the big house and go completely full-time?
Probably about 5 years. Started really slowly, just a week or two here or there, and I wanted to spend more time in Florida.
Yep, yeah. So we'd go down and stay at Liberty's coach's campground there that they have at their facility, and we had the first coach that you know. We go down and be able to get away for a week, and then we decided the next year, or 2 years down the line, when we wanted to stay almost a month, it's like, I think we need some slide outs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Nancy, before you met Dean, what was your experience with RVing?
I had no experience at all.
And Dean...
Did you ever go camping?
No. Nope.
You're from Oklahoma, though.
No. I didn't grow up camping.
So Dean, what was your first RV, and when did you get into RVing?
My first RV was the Liberty Coach, the first Liberty Coach I had.
The 99.
So, you know, back to the other stories, we were painting power boats, and I was flying around in the helicopter to the different events, and we were custom painting helicopters, of course. When we started painting for Frank at Liberty Coach full time, he planted the seed to Nancy and I both and said, maybe you guys want to consider buying one of these and joining us at the motorcycle rallies, Bus and Biker, the Road Hogs, and Liberty Coach rallies. And
do you regret it? And after a year and a half now, do you wish you would have gone back? If you could go back, would you do anything differently, and do you regret it?
No, I don't at all. No, I was all for it.
Yeah, I don't regret anything. You know, I guess it makes a difference if it's something that you want to do or something that you have to do. So we could buy a house anytime we want if that's what we want to do, but at this point, I mean, this is, you saw the clubhouse and everything we have here with the pool and the weather and the toy barn going in. I mean, it's everything we need.
So a year and a half into it, I know there's got to be some good and some bad. Is there anything that you don't like about full-time RVing?
Well, in the beginning, it was just different. You know, anything that you do that is different, it's a change of habit. But I don't think there was anything I didn't like. It just was different. And then when you get used to different, it's like, well, there's still anything I don't like. It's just, I think I probably knew when I bought the last house, at the end of the day, I'm going, man, it takes me like forever to get to the other side, you know, or get out to the barn. And so you're just walking all this distance. And I noticed that moving there, but I didn't notice it kind of coming backwards. But like I said, if we want to do something different, we'll do it later. This is a good change.
Yeah. Now you've got this beautiful RV site with the coach house. I've made videos. This is probably the most exclusive RV resort in the country, in my opinion. Do you think having the site down here in Florida, where you kind of have a home base, has made it a little bit easier to full time?
I like having a home base, but honestly, I never get tired of being in the RV. I know one of our first summers that we went out west, it had been 2 or 3 months, and I told you how much I loved it, and I wasn't tired of it. That we were just having a great time, and you know, you felt like you were a little bit ready for a change.
Well, I need to get back to the shop.
Right.
You know, there's some normacy that has to happen with the habits of being at the shop and knowing, you know, every few months got to stop back in and just keep that rhythm going. So it's not like I can just leave the country. I would feel very odd now, and Nancy would, you know, sometimes we get invited to leave the country. That's almost out of my realm to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I need to be here.
This is the best place to be in the winter. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. In the summer, we really like traveling and visiting a lot of other places.
Have you noticed your social life? I know, Dean, I've heard stories about you landing helicopters at people's house parties and all kinds of... You've always been very, very social. How has full-time RV living affected your social life?
Well, let me tell you. So the helicopter I was going to bring up, when Nancy and I met, I said, look, I'm tired of flying a helicopter around the country by myself. So, you know, I get this coach, you know, you're going to be there, you're going to want to go? Oh yeah, she's up. So that's what we've been doing, and it's worked. So it's good to have a partner like that wants to jump in the travel around the country and see the things we see. But, you know, if it wasn't for Liberty Coach and Bus and Bikers and Road Hogs and Prevost, we wouldn't see what we see now. I mean, I don't know that I would do the traveling just to get in and travel if I didn't have these other groups that we're going to spend time with and the people that you already know. And it's just like, well, let's go do that because it's going to be fun. We went to Moab and we had the side-by-side, so we changed up the trailer a little bit depending on what trip we're going to take different things. And the countryside and the things and the cliffs and the waterfalls and it's like, who would have known it was here if we didn't have friends that said, come on, let's go do this. We're going to go over here, go to Breckenridge and go do motorcycle riding in Colorado is different than riding in Sturgis, is different than riding in North Carolina we just got back from. It's just amazing everything we get to see.
Now you're full-time RVing in a double slide Prevost Liberty Coach. A lot of people talk about wanting to have a quad slide for full-time RVing. How do you enjoy the double slide? Is it too small? Is it too big? Is there anything you would change about this specific coach?
I think it's a great size. The closets are good. The layout's perfect for us.
You know, you don't get to make a 60-foot Prevost. They're all 45 feet, and they're all this wide. They're all this tall with this model. You know, you go to the XL and you get a little more height inside, but the bays are lower. So if you want more slides, you can maybe sacrifice closets or something else. Something's going to give. If you want an extra bathroom, the space is coming from somewhere, you know. So for this, I think the layout's just perfect. 4 slides, or at least 2 slides in the living room, to me, only puts us further apart when we're doing our interview. When we have someone here talking to them, we're sitting another 2 feet out here. It doesn't make it any more grand. You don't have more couches that you have in here. It just puts you a little further apart. So, and then to me, I think most people feel like they're going to bang their head on the outside. But
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the nice thing about the exterior slide out is when you have no slide out here, you have a couple more feet of awning space. You have access to all the bays out there. So that's why a lot of the new ones you'll only see the triple slide, and a lot of people like not having a slide up here. And I'll also add to that, I'm even sitting here not even on the couch because we're doing an interview and I want to be closer to Dean and Nancy there, and if I was sitting over there it'd be even that much further away. Yeah. So we have tons of room in here. Now I'll tell you what, I'm ADHD, I can only sit down for so long. You mind if we walk around and take a look at your coach real quick, kind of get the grand tour?
We really like the colors. I like the contrasting colors. And so we had the 05. I'm sitting there, and on Facebook, the interior of this popped up. And they said, what's right inside? Well, I was just at the Liberty Coach booth all day, but I never went in this one. We come over and look at it. Nancy was out of town, and I said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. You up for it? She's like, well, yeah, whatever, if you like it. So I took the camera through, and I took her through everything, and she liked it. So we proceeded to buy it. But I like the light color with the dark. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
I like the setup.
Now, was this originally like this, or did you have this all custom made?
This desk was here, and so this slides out. So it comes close to me here.
Oh, look what you're working on right there.
That could be a new logo for
Yeah,
Andrew
I'm
Steele. I don't know if
thinking
you've
so.
ever watched his stuff on YouTube, but RVing with Andrew Steele, I thought that could be a really nice logo.
I've got to say, Dean is a true artist. We were hanging out like 10 o'clock last night. He grabs the sketches, starts sketching it, and then this morning I wake up and he's sending me digital renderings of a whole new logo. So talk about a real artist, someone that just, it just we're sitting there and you just couldn't help yourself. But kind of like I just grabbed this GoPro and fired it up. Yeah, thanks again. I'm really looking forward to seeing the outcome of that. But a great workspace right here. How much time do you spend here?
At times, a lot. Usually like to get up first thing in the morning, do my work, and then when people see me out and about, then I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
So most of my creativity happens just waking up and getting going.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it the night before, and then I just want to do it. But I'm either here or in the studio there where the paintings can happen.
This area up here, this is the awesome part about the Prevos. You're just talking about driving it all over the country. When you're moving down the road, what do you like and not like about this coach?
It's super comfortable. I am always sitting in this seat with my seatbelt on. Every once in a while I'll run to the back to go to the bathroom, which is fabulous to be able to drive 10-12 hours and just run to the back, get a snack, go to the bathroom, then I get back up in my seat, put my seatbelt on. You've got all kinds of functions. You know, you've got a floor that comes out. Yeah, vibrating, massage.
Oh, nice. Almost like a full recliner.
Oh, you can totally recline this and take a nap. You can put your massager on, which is...
Oh,
get a little massage while you're driving down the road. Oops, there it goes.
Nice.
On power.
Then it's heated and cooled seats.
Oh, heating and cool. I love the heating and cooling on the seats.
Well, that's good that your passenger's happy. Now, Dean, being the captain of the ship here, how do you like driving this coach?
Well, the first thing I thought, which we've closed the windows here so we can video, there's too much light outside, but this window here, and you're sitting right up front, you can see right down to the ground, and it reminds me of flying a helicopter, but I'm just 2 feet over the ground, you know, and so cruising through. That's the immediate thing. When you go through the canyons and the mountains and you can see from the top to the bottom, you're like, this isn't even right. Plus how quiet it is. Of course, the motor's in the back, and you're just sitting up here floating just like you're driving a car. It's not hard to drive. It is a little different because your position is so far up here that your line, the center line for the road, almost goes where your left foot is. So as I'm sitting here and I got my foot positioned here, the line is right here, and you'd almost feel like you're over there too far. So most people almost want to crowd the curbside too much, and you have to remember where you're at in position, look at your mirrors and go, you're centered in the lane. But you know, that doesn't take but an hour to get used to when you first start driving. So we got the Bluetooth radio, and then the backup camera comes through here, so that's a good size for that. That'll fold up and go inside if you wanted to. And you got your headlights, you got the alternate screen, so there's a mesh screen that'll come down. Fast idle. There's no jake brake in these, so there's a transmission brake, which is controlled here, so you have to turn it on, and then it has like 8 different positions here. And so this is next to nothing, and this is slow. So when you're coming down the mountain, you position this so that you don't gain speed as you're coming down. Even through Colorado, you go at 50 mile an hour and you set this, and it, with the trailer and everything and all the weight, it just keeps your momentum at a certain speed.
Nice. And how does it tow that big stacker trailer loaded up? How does it handle that?
About 85. Where it's legal to go 85.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anything pops up that's wrong, it comes through here. You know, we got forward, reverse, neutral. Your brake is back here. You pull up your air brake. Your mirrors, cruise control setting. So it's almost the same in all the Liberties. I mean, the new ones have controls up in the dash.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
past that, you got your TV that comes out. It comes down out of the ceiling here.
Okay.
And isn't there something that slides out of here
Comes
too?
out of yours. Pull
Well, I
yours
know,
out.
isn't
Oh,
there
the
something
step cover
too?
there?
That's
Yeah.
not what they're talking about. He's talking about the one that comes out on yours.
Right. No, that's what I'm talking about. Isn't there something here too, honey?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is something that I love. If I'm not going to sit here and have my feet dangling as we're going down the road, I don't always want to sit up like I'm in a recliner. So this little floor pulls out, and then you can just sit here normal, with your feet on the ground.
And without pushing the whole step cover out as well. Just another little feature to make you comfortable.
Right.
Yeah. You've got the iPad. Is that stock, the iPad controls, or did you have that aftermarket upgraded? Or
Well, that was, yeah, the TVs have been upgraded, and then the iPad controls. So the system has Crestron in it, which then allows it to be updated to this. So you'd come, go to living room, TV, system on, and then it comes down.
Oh, very cool. Oh, you got a little football on. Looks
So
like a
now
Sonos sound bar as well.
Yeah, I've changed that.
So now you're on your phone.
Yes. So now it comes up TV, and it turns that up and
very
down.
cool. Nice. And I'll also point out, I really like that the background on your iPad here is a picture of the exterior of your coach.
That had to be.
Yeah. So Nancy, how does the Galley in the coach compare to the Galley in your home?
It's all just on a much smaller scale. There's a 2-burner stove here, microwave, convection, dishwasher, which I never use, just hand wash the dishes, trash compactor.
Oh, nice.
Got a huge pantry,
So,
and lots of storage.
okay. And I really like all of the different light and dark brown two-tone throughout the coach. You've got two-tone on the cabinets, two-tone on the leather. Is that a full-size refrigerator? Or look at the size of that. It's like just as big as any large home.
That's one of the great things about traveling in an RV is you've got all of the conveniences of home. You know, your coffee maker, the food that you want to eat.
Now, can we get the crib shot of what's inside the refrigerator? Let's see how are Dean and Nancy eating. No. Just healthy, normal healthy food.
No. No, this needs to be cleaned out.
Okay, all good, all good. So washer and dryer are here in the middle of the coach. How do you like the positioning of this washer and dryer, and how well do they work compared to the washer and dryer in your home?
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's a tiny bit smaller as far as doing a load of laundry, but works great, and I love it, being able to do laundry on the road.
And I really like, is this stock, how these cabinets are almost like a brushed aluminum, or was that something you had changed out, or?
Well, the top one was there, and the bottom one was open and had a Keurig thing, or Miele
Coffee maker.
Yeah.
Maker.
And so we don't like coffee that much, and we'd rather have the space for bar equipment.
Oh, looks very cool. Yeah. The rest of the coach, everybody's dying to see. Can we see the full tour? So, mid-bathroom coach here. Now, there's a pocket door. Is this an air door, or?
Yeah, you can press the button there, Nance, and
Oh.
so there's 2 of them. This one is right here.
Oh, nice.
All right, open it up. Yeah, it was going, and then it would just close real slow, but.
Mid-bath coach. I like that it's got the dual doors. And I've always got to point out on these Liberties just how overbuilt they are with those piano hinges. I like this sink. Is this the original sink in 08? Wow. Yeah, Liberty Coach is really timeless with their designs and the backsplash. Is that a wine glass holder next to the toilet? Nice. Now was that stock or was that added?
That was stock.
Okay. Wow, beautiful tile shower. King size bed back here?
Yes.
So what do you like most about the rear bedroom here?
I can't tell the difference between sleeping in here and sleeping in the 5,000 square foot home.
Yeah.
I mean, this feels like home to us.
It does not feel like we're inside of an RV right now at all. Like every square inch is finished out. You've got the large window shades, and I'm assuming all push button windows.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can show them how it's done.
Just one button, really easy to get
go
to.
out, and they're blackout shades. You see a little bit of light around the outside of them, around the corners, but it's great.
Yeah, that's really awesome that you just pressed that button. Now, I will point out that there is carpet in the bedroom, but man, that's a really high-end carpet with a cool pattern within the carpet. Are you guys okay with the carpet back here in the bedroom, or do you wish it was all floors, or is...
I like the carpet.
I like it.
So is there anything you would change about your coach to make it better for full-time living?
You know, we saw that one in Sturgis that we liked.
Yeah.
But the colors and I don't know. I mean, I don't know everything about it until you live in it and you breathe it. But I mean, our last coach was good. We liked the king size bed, so
that's the big thing. Our first two coaches had queen size beds.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit more uncomfortable. So this is just wonderful here.
You know, having a new coach is just going to be newer. The finishes are just slightly different, but it doesn't change a whole lot of what we have. So we have to wonder why we want to spend the money, but we'll spend it.
You can't take it with you. A lot of people out there have gotten all of these ideas about full-time living in an RV. Is there any advice that you would have for maybe someone that's in a 7,000 square foot home like you were and thinking about switching to full-time RVing? Is there any advice that you may have for someone that's considering it?
Well, it sounds like it's fairly simple. I mean, it was for us.
Mm-hmm.
But we have this, and we got the trailer, and we got the storage, and we got the boat that we can go on the river. So, and we got fishing we do. So, with all that, what are you missing?
Right.
I think at home, back in Michigan, we had to drive further to go fishing. Cars, I guess, were in the toy barn there, but we have it here that's going to be done in the next few months. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say that you're lacking on anything.
Mm-hmm. With spending the winters here, we realized that we weren't missing anything at home.
Wintertime in Florida allows us to use more of the things and do more things than what we would in the summertime even at home. The maintenance on the coach, the way we use it, is made real easy with Liberty at the different rallies that we go to. So they're at the Prevost rallies, their Liberty Coach service is at Bus and Bikers and Roadhogs. So for the most part, you make a little list. You got a light bulb out here, you got an air line that's leaking here. They've got people to take care of 90% of what we need. We had a water line go out on the engine last year outside of Vegas. We had just signed up with
FMCA roadside assistance, which is invaluable.
There's a must, because that was what, $50 a year or something, and we had just signed up for it, and then we broke this water line, and they sent someone out to fix it, and since they could fix it there, I don't think we paid anything on that. I think they covered the service call.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's pretty incredible.
And if not, they'll cover the towing, but not maybe the repair later. So anyways, you're going to have something like that happens, but like it was with the helicopter, these things don't just usually break. There's little things that start going wrong, and you see it. So in this case, there was a hose that was getting rubbed through. Had I looked at it, I would have seen it ahead of time, and I didn't know to look there. Well, now I look there and keep track and kind of know if it's going to happen again or not. But you know, once it was fixed right, and we're up and running, and it's all good.
What I like about being in the coach full-time and traveling is we go to all these great different locations. We're seeing the countryside, we're going to the national parks, we're biking, hiking, having these great adventures. We usually stay at each location for at least 2 weeks, so we really get settled in, get comfortable, get to see a lot of things. But when we come back, we're always coming back to our home. You know, this is where we live. These are our things. We're not packing up suitcases and unpacking. We're not traveling in a plane. We're just coming home when we come back at the end of the day, no matter where we're at in the country.
Not Florida being the home, but this coach being the home, and every day we're coming back to our home. And that's kind of amazing in itself, that you travel down the road with the trailer, and then we get somewhere and you press a couple buttons, the slides are out, the coach levels itself, press a button and the satellite goes up, and you got the same stations you had any place else you were at in the country. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes home, you know, the things that you're used to.
Right.
Yeah. I've full-time RV'd myself, and words can't even explain how nice it is to go sleep in your own bed after you just saw some real, no matter where you are, there's just a lot to be said. Your clothes are in the same place, your sock drawer is the same place. It's just easy. You don't have to pack and unpack. Now, one thing you did mention I think is very important for folks to keep in mind if they're considering full-time RVing is getting the coach serviced and repaired and having a network that you're going to be able to get stuff fixed, because no matter what coach you have, whether it's a Liberty coach or a travel trailer, there's just going to be little stuff that you just have to maintain this stuff, and it's good to have that network to maintain it. Now, I've met some Liberty coach owners. It's funny, they're not very social, but they literally go to the Liberty coach rallies just to have everything fixed, because they know they don't go to any of the parties or anything. They just go there because they know the service is going to be there. They can give them a list and everything's going to get fixed. And that's one of the challenges about full-time RVing that folks should definitely keep in consideration. You want to make sure you have people that can do the repair work, and Liberty Coach definitely does have that set up in different locations. Now, bring your checkbook, because Liberty's the top, they're the Rolls Royce of the RV world, but great point that you bring up, that you have that network to keep it repaired.
At the end, it's an hourly rate to fix it. The parts aren't any more expensive than they are with anything else. Parts are parts, but you got the coach side, which is Prevost, and you got the conversion side, which is Liberty Coach. There's many things that Liberty can fix on the coach side, but then if you go to Prevost around the country, you have a fan belt that breaks, you got an alternator, you got a this or that. If it's a Prevost thing, they've got different service centers around the country. If you have a different kind of coach that isn't a Prevost, then you go back to Newmar, or you go back to this, or you go back to that, and wherever you're at, you got to go back there to have it fixed.
Yeah.
Now that's a big difference, because half the coach is going to be mechanical going down the road and it's Prevost, and you got different areas you can go to. Then the other half is Liberty, and they could be in Chicago, or because they're made in Chicago, and they got service down in Florida, or they might be doing a rally somewhere that you call them up and say, well, we're out in Sturgis. If you're out in Montana, why don't you drive 3 hours and come down and see us there, and we'll fix it.
Or Indio, or all over the country. Yeah. Anything else? Any other advice you think would be good to share with the folks out on YouTube?
Well, you definitely have to have a good partner sitting in the passenger seat. The navigator is here.
I'm using MacGyver. He can fix about anything on the fly.
Dean and Nancy, I cannot thank you guys enough for taking the time to share your story about full-time living with myself and the folks on YouTube. Greatly appreciate all of you out there liking these videos and subscribing to the channel, and also make sure to go over to Dean's channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. He's got some really cool stuff, and we're trying to get him to make some more YouTube videos and keep the YouTube videos going. So thanks again to all of you. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Appreciate you. See ya.